It is Friday, and it is Memorial Day weekend. And before I go any further, I want to take just a second and wish you the very safest and most special of Memorial Day weekends that you could have, in hopes that Mother Nature is going to cooperate. There's going to be some dodging to have to do. I'll try to give you the best timeline I can for a little bit of that. And best thing I can say about Sunday, maybe Monday, is it might be some good days to catch a little time on the couch and do a little bit of nothing, as the weather may dictate. With that said, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about low pressure that's going to change everything up towards the latter half of your weekend and Memorial Day in just a few moments. A host of headlines to talk about. I do want to just make mention, I'm just back from Lexington earlier, a little more PT there today. I only say that to say this. I filled up at $3.03 a gallon at Sam's Club before leaving Lexington. And that's about all I'll say on that. Gas prices here in Sagersville as they were yesterday, as I reported, and similar prices actually going down the Mountain Parkway, and actually at other places in Lexington, gas was at $3.39 in a few places, maybe even a little higher in a few others, but again, found it for $3.03 at Sam's. And I filled up, as you can very well imagine. Well, I always like leaving you on Fridays on a nice and positive note, a little entertaining. And this is not going to be one of those Fridays, so please stay with me. A brief break, and I'll get to our headlines next.
Raise your hands. Who thinks math is hard? Now, who thinks feeding a family of 4, 6, 8, or 10 is even harder? Well, so do we. Welcome to Math and a Meal Made Easy. Did you know you can get a family meal deal at your Sagersville Lee's for as low as $4.61 a person with bone-in chicken? $4.15 a person with our famous strips. That's chicken sides and biscuits. Count to 100? Thank a math teacher. Feed a family for less? Come to your Sagersville Lee's. Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Thanks to you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away. Spring isn't the only season here. It's also senior season. It's a season for love, a season for Jesus, and a season to shop local at the Seasonal Shop. With spring colors, styles, and fashions by Charlie Page and Simply Southern, and more of your favorites, new arrivals in bags and totes and jewelry and more. And they've got everything lemon lavender, spa essentials for a little at-home pampering. And from simple to chinoiserie, must-see home decor is at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville.
In headlines tonight, a Johnson County man is in the Big Sandy. Charged right now with promoting a minor under the age of 16 as sexual performance, video voyeurism, and sex offender film, photo, or video of a minor without their consent. As the investigation continues, and by way of reading the citation and information that I've obtained on the case against Jason Ryan Campbell of Hager Hill, it's not without reason that more charges may follow.
The Kentucky State Police was asked to assist by Johnson County Social Services after a woman came to social services with evidence, she claimed, of a minor female being used in a sexual performance. The mother brought her 14-year-old daughter to social services and said that the mother's boyfriend, identified as this man, 45-year-old Jason Campbell of Hager Hill, was having inappropriate contact with her daughter, and she had Campbell's cell phone with her to prove it. On it, she showed police, as I understand, a hidden folder with hundreds of images and videos of several little girls, including her daughter. It turns out police confirmed that social services had been trying to put together a case on Campbell for over 2 years for allegations of videoing a then 12-year-old. And in the mother's statement to police, she said that she found Campbell's phone about the week before and found the images on it. They were described in the citation. I'll only say they were extremely graphic. And that they did include many images of other little girls walking around the trailer park where Campbell lives. Police then went and got a warrant to go to Campbell's residence. He didn't or wouldn't answer. They forced their way inside, gained entry, and found Campbell in a back bedroom half-dressed with a 5 to 6-year-old boy. They arrested Campbell. They removed the small boy and also a teenage boy from the residence, with the teenager telling police that Campbell had busted up another cell phone right before police forced their way inside. And in a follow-up from a headline on yesterday's program, we now know why the home of a Moorhead couple who owns a drug rehabilitation facility in Moorhead was being raided by the Kentucky State Police and authorities yesterday. It was not directly, at least, related to the situation that took place back in January when the Department of Justice announced that they had reached a $2.2 million settlement against Edgewater over False Claims Act violations. Edgewater, a recovery facility owned by John and Myra Elam of Moorhead, who had been found to be ordering complex, expensive urine drug tests for all of their patients on a weekly basis without any need and without any use of any of the results, in most cases billing them to Medicare and Medicaid. Then in February, the subsequent month, they were arrested under intoxication, driving in public in Bath County. Their home was raided yesterday by the Kentucky State Police. We now know that that was part of an investigation into sex crimes against children. Specifically, as I understand, they are now facing numerous counts of possession or distribution of matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor, some as young as under the age of 12. The Kentucky State Police Electronic Crimes Division issuing the statement today saying that it was yesterday afternoon, shortly after 2:20, that they arrested 43-year-old John David Elam and 43-year-old Myra Patrice Elam on charges related to a child sexual abuse material investigation. After the police raided their Moorhead residence, the Elams were located, they were interviewed, and arrested as the result of an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. The KSP Electronic Crime Branch began the investigation after they say they discovered the suspects, the Elams, uploading sexually explicit videos of juveniles to an online social media account. And that investigation turned into a search warrant for the couple and their residence in Moorhead yesterday, where police say they found equipment used to facilitate the crime, which was seized and taken back to their forensic laboratory for more examination. As it stands right now, John and Myra Elam were both charged with 13 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance and 2 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor over the age of 12 but under the age of 18 in a sexual performance. And John Elam is also facing 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And trading sexual favors for his services as former Commonwealth's attorney, this man was sentenced for honest services wire fraud amidst his bribery scheme earlier today. 51-year-old Ronnie Goldie, the former Commonwealth's attorney for Bath, Rowan, Menifee, and Montgomery counties, was sentenced to 41 months in prison today after being convicted of honest services wire fraud, use of an interstate facility with the intent to carry on unlawful activity, and bribery, all related to a program that receives federal funds. According to evidence at the trial, Goldie had a personal relationship with a woman. It was sexual in nature, and that a relationship also included encounters and solicitations and him receiving sexually explicit images and videos of the woman in exchange for favors. On multiple occasions, he used his position as Commonwealth's attorney to perform official actions or to put pressure or influence on other public officials to do favors for the woman. Knowing those sexually explicit images and periodic sexual encounters he was trading with the woman were in exchange for him willing to perform and put pressure on others to help him with his scheme. The 41-month prison term follows a federal jury convicting him on all 14 counts of the original indictment.
I do have a little good news to share, and we'll get to that right before the good news, bad news part that we'll call your weather forecast. Right now, here's tonight's pretty brief, but all important, as always, McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar.
The annual MCHF Golf Scramble, hosted by the MCHS cheerleaders, is coming up Friday the 31st. That is next Friday. You will register starting at 8. They will start play at 9. And to find out more, call Devin during the day at 349-2011 or in the evenings at 884-7324. It's $200 per foursome, $50 per individual player. Hole sponsors, they'd love to have you, $100 per hole. The registration fee includes 18 holes of play, first, second, and third place awards, longest drive, closest to the pin, and door prizes. Lunch and awards reception will immediately follow the completion of play. To register or for more information, again, call Devin Helton at 349-2011 or 884-7324. You can also register that morning at 8. Remember, they tee off at 9 at Paintsville Country Club. That's Friday the 31st, and the Saturday of next weekend will be Trader Days, hosted by the Royalton Community Council. You want to be a vendor, call Janice 496-9996. For everyone else, just be there Saturday, June the 1st, 9 till 5. And you want to be on our community calendar. Doesn't cost a single thing, just a moment of your time to get those announcements, birthdays, and anniversaries to me any way you can. I'll be right back. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
You ready to graduate? Yeah, I'm so ready to go.
I can't believe we're graduating, guys.
Well, at least this won't be the last time we see each other.
Yes, we'll all be together again in our 10-year class reunion.
And I can't wait.
Come on, guys. Let's take a picture so we'll have it at our class reunion.
3, 2, 1.
Don't leave your friends standing alone at your class reunion. Stand up for what you think is right. Say no to drugs.
Choosing our future, staying drug-free. Woo!
It's never too late to talk with your parents, doctor, counselor, teacher, or another adult you can trust. For more information on drug prevention and treatment options, contact the McGoffin County Health Department at 606-349-6212.
I
believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
So for anyone out there in the sports world, fan or otherwise, who has somewhat of an understanding of the NIL or follows happenings within the NCAA, perhaps comes as no surprise because this has been in the making and talked about for a while, but it's official now. Still kind of a little cloudy as to how it's going to take place, but a settlement. The AP reporting today the nearly $2.8 billion settlement that has been reached and approved by the NCAA and the nation's 5 largest conferences, including the SEC, in a historic step toward a more professional model for college sports, they say. The plan, which still has to be approved by the plaintiffs and a federal judge, calls for paying damages to thousands of former and current athletes who say now defunct NCAA rules kept them from earning endorsement money. It also calls for setting up a first-of-its-kind revenue-sharing system for college athletes that will impact hundreds of schools all across the country starting as early as the fall of next year. The main parts of the settlement: $2.7 billion in damages to be paid over 10 years for about 14,000 claims going back to 2016. Determining how much each athlete is going to get, well, that's going to take months to figure out. It will take a court, it will take attorneys, and probably some heavy math to do so. The Big Ten, Big 12, ACC, and SEC will be making the largest investment going forward because the settlement includes a proposed revenue-sharing system that will allow schools to commit up to $21 million a year to be paid directly to athletes. The overall commitment, including damages, is expected to be around $300 million per school over the course of 10 years. Still, a lot of questions as far as how it exactly is going to work, the timeline, things of that nature. Schools do not have to make the financial commitment, but not doing so, of course, could mean a disadvantage in competing for kids and students. The NCAA will cover 41% of that $2.7 billion, with the biggest Division I conferences, the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, Pac-12, and Southeastern, accounting for 24%, and the other 5 major college football conferences covering 10%. And it's going to change the landscape of college sports forever. We hope in a positive way. Here's the positive news for you. Didn't have much today, but I love it when we get this. You know, I know of very few careers where you can take the job skills that you've honed and you've learned to put to use every day and use them in an annual competition like the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Rodeo. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 10 equipment operators are vital to keep our roads safe, and each year they put their experience to the test in a friendly but very competitive environment at the rodeo. And this year some local folks finished in the tops, as they usually do, in the tandem axle snowplow division. In second place, Charles Stevens of Magoffin County. In the single axle snowplow division, in second place, Josh Howard of Magoffin County. In the tractor division, Chuck Ward in third. In the grader division, in first place, Justin Back of Magoffin County. In backhoe, first place, Chuck Ward in Magoffin County, or of Magoffin County. And in skid steer, first place, Tanner Crace of Magoffin County. And we need to mention that the overall individual champion was Ben Montgomery of Morgan County, as Morgan and Estill were other competitors. Now let's jump right into your Licking Valley RECC 7-day after we take a look at some current conditions. Let's start with radar, where it's pretty much for us nada. Zip, zilch, nothing. No rain to speak of. Enjoy it. That's not a scenario. We're going to see a whole lot, or at least, as much as what we would like over the next several days. We do see a lot of showers and some activity far to the north, far to the south. We're sitting that one out as of right now. However, what could be a very serious weather situation on Sunday, certainly at least significant, and Sunday night as low pressure makes its way into the area, could change things. So I'm not going to be here with you between now and then. You'll need to keep your eye on Sunday's weather conditions Sunday night and into your Monday. And that's all I can go out on that limb right now. Temperatures right now, we topped out at 85 in downtown Sayersville earlier today. We're at 80 right now. Falling feels closer to 82 out there, even though we're at 80 at the 6:30-ish time frame. Winds out of the west, 2. Had one at 7 a minute ago. We've maxed out at 10 today. Just a little bit all over the place. Not quite as brisk as what we clocked yesterday, though, on the high end. Humidity, 57%. Since I saw you last, we've picked up 0.35, 35 hundredths of an inch of rain. And sunrise, as you saw, at 6:16, sunset at 8:44. Here's the data. That is your 7-day from here on out. 61 tonight, partly cloudy skies. You'll notice through the far bottom left of your screen a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. That's not until after 11 or so. During the overnight, we'll have a slight chance. Tomorrow, we're sitting pretty. We have areas of fog in the morning, otherwise mostly sunny and 84 for your Saturday. Right now, any possible showers or storms are not until after, say, midnight or 1 or 2 a.m. So that technically qualifies for a nice day tomorrow. Little fog, a lot of sun, 84. Tomorrow should be a keeper. Could see a storm or two pop up. Right now, not necessarily so. Sunday, we have partly sunny and 86. We have only a 30% chance of showers in the latter afternoon, so we should start off quite well for your Sunday. A little more breezy winds out of the west or so, up to 15 miles per hour, but nothing all that dramatic, west-southwest. So Sunday, not all that bad, but Sunday night right now looks to be when we might see some significant chances of showers and thunderstorms with low pressure, an 80% chance of showers and storms, and 86 Sunday. So a pretty good weekend. It's the end of Sunday. Right now we're worried about Memorial Day. Monday, 82, 56. As you saw, it also could be a bumpy one as well. So I can't stress enough how much you just want to remember to check in with your weather forecast towards the latter part of your weekend. Between now and then, maybe a shower or storm to dodge, but not all that much between now and Sunday night, at least Sunday evening. Tuesday, 77, 52, your high, your low. There's some results of low pressure, some cooler air that will stay in put for a little while, comparatively so. 77, 52, mostly cloudy, still an 80% chance of showers and storms on your Tuesday, the first day to work for most everyone. I know a lot of folks working right on through the holiday weekend, and we appreciate you for doing it. It's Wednesday, 73 and 49, sunny and a 30% chance of just showers. And then at least 2 days with 0 shower chances and temperatures improving from the low 70s to the upper next Thursday and Friday. Fingers crossed. And that'll do it for this evening and for this week. I will see you on Tuesday after what I hope's been a calm, weather-wise, and perhaps in all other ways as well, but wonderful Memorial Day weekend for us all. I hope you get to spend your time as you so choose and enjoy every moment of it. And I hope it's safe for everyone. And I hope to see you back here Tuesday night. Thank you, as always, for being a part of the show.